Fade in. Oh, okay. Supposedly we just faded in. We're in studio mode. Even in studio mode, all the like extra bits of audio come in. It's pretty crazy.
Are you getting feedback on your screen about what the output will be for studio mode? Or are you merely seeing what Discord shows you or what OBS is showing you? Do you understand what I'm asking? You just gonna
Feedback.
ignore me?
No, I'm listening. Dang.
That was a question, man.
I do see it. So I see a couple different things. Like here, first I'll just show you what I see. Here's what I see.
Yo, I'm not turning my camera. We know what happens when that happens.
Yeah. Can you see when you and I talk? Like right now I'm talking and this bar's moving hard and then this one.
Yep.
Okay. So what I've set up OBS to do is to record each one of those individual lines as its own track in an attempt to I can noise filter out any drone because it's a frequency thing. Like we can tap into that frequency and say, get rid of it.
Our listeners, if they've listened to this podcast before, have heard us talk about this.
Yeah. So now, okay. So update in my life, I am no longer repping WeVideo as the platform of choice. Not that it wasn't a great platform. It served its need in the moment, but I feel like as a content creator,
we found limitations of it.
Yeah. And 2-hour podcast is one of them.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. You know, in terms of knocking together little, quick, short advertising bits, it worked really well. I think if people are making, I feel like there's so much video editing stuff that's available within whatever app you're publishing it to that those serve 90% of the folks that are using its needs. And I feel like WeVideo is a stopgap for people that might want to get into video editing.
I would agree.
It's a good place to check in and see if that's something that you want to commit time to. But for us and the length of videos that we do and the depth of adjustability that we want, it wasn't quite there.
No, I 100% agree. I'm over here muting the mic because I noticed that it's still picking up the television. I got to figure out why. I found it. I'm sorry. I'm ranting. This is where.
No, carry on.
This is like where that whole. This is the grand scheme of it. Like, okay, so we're on Premiere now, and remember I told you I found VB source. It's like a virtual line input. It's like taking an aux cord inside your digital world and saying, no, I want this to go to here, then go over to here, and then come out. Okay, this is the final product. Like,
okay.
And I think I'm going to have to go down that route, which it's not expensive. It's like $5 euro or $15 euro for the software. So it's like $20, which.
Dude, I'll be honest. One of the first paid softwares that I've used in a long time was when I started going to a bunch of different random events that weren't necessarily race war specific. I got a batch watermark software so that when I get back from an event, like before I even start editing, because I don't, I just like feed all of the photos that I've taken through a watermark software. Up. You know, it's got the Race Wars logo at the bottom.
Yeah, nice.
You know, and I'm not selling photographs. You know, I enjoy going to the events and sharing what I see. So I don't mind if people that were at that event save their picture from our website and share it. But I'm not going to do that without getting any kind of representation. You know what I mean? So I think it was $5 or $6 for a one-time purchase software. That was just a batch watermark. I mean, they make a bunch of them. I don't actually remember the brand of what I got, but it's one of those small things. It's like sometimes it's worth just spend the $5 and do the thing or get the thing that does what you need done.
Or buy the $20 subscription a month. Oh my gosh. Do you know how, like a real talk vlogs moment here. These subscriptions have escalated. Like I $20 a month for Adobe Premiere. it is what it is. I don't think you can. It's not like the old days where I could go buy Adobe Premiere. Too many people out in the world have edited registries and modified lines of code. Now we pay by monthly to get returned back what a few stole.
So in my professional life, right? We have software that's very, very specific, and it was developed and it does the job very well, but it's a small niche market that's going to be buying this software, right? So it's like $15,000 a seat in that range, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I was first exposed to it, check. You mailed the check. The check arrived to the company. They waited for the check to clear. Now, this is a check for $15,000, by the way. They waited for the check to clear.
Pennies.
They mailed you essentially a piggyback chip for those automotive enthusiasts, or a USB key, but it wasn't a USB key. It went between the printer cable and your computer.
The printer cable?
It was the bruh.
What?
Bruh.
Like, I've seen USB chips for like so I've seen the USB chip where you plug it in your computer, but I've never seen something that went in the line of something. That's weird.
Where did you put it before USB existed?
In a serial plug?
Okay. So anyway,
I mean,
so we moved from that. And I'm 36. You know, I'm not an old ass man here.
Bro, we're the same age.
But,
Shut up.
I know,
we're the same age.
That's what I'm getting at. But 18 years ago, when I was 18 years old, or 17 years ago, or 16 years ago, not that long ago, this is what we're talking about. This is what was coming out or available when I was young in my career, right? And so now you're like, oh man, we're short on seats. And you email the company, and 8 minutes later, you have another temporary seat, and it costs you the time you need it for, right? On like a minute or hour or day basis. And then, or you buy the software, which is still $15,000, and you pay a yearly subscription for the right to use the software you've already bought.
Wait a minute, how much is the yearly subscription again? I missed that. I was adjusting audio gains. I apologize.
We won't talk about the yearly subscription.
Okay.
Okay, because we won't talk about the yearly subscription. What we will talk about is what the key that went to your printer that allowed you to use the software cost. And that was 15 grand.
Dude, that's still ridiculous. It really is.
Okay. Listen though, the information it provides, like the information you can deduct with extreme levels of certainty utilizing this tool, it is worth the cost of the tool.
I understand its validity. Okay, so let me rewind. 15 grand isn't a lot. It is, but it isn't. Like Mercedes. So back when I had my automotive shop, and I had K&K Motorsports, I had freaking racks for days, and I went in and bought a software that allowed me, from Snap-on, that allowed me to talk to all vehicles at all manufacturers at the OEM level, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could do whatever you needed to at that level. It was like $800 for this bit of software, and then, I think it was like $1,200, and then I bought an $800 really nice Snap-on battery charger that also gave me it had a programming mode, so it just 14.2 sine wave clean, because programming, which I've later found out,
Consider what a legit Rostec VAGCOM cable costs.
Oh, you mean one of these?
Like the unlimited read back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm $285, and I got mine on like super sale day, but it's the old USB one from Rostec that you can download their software as many times as you want, but you ain't gonna do shit with it unless you got one of those cables that has that chip in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But anyway,
I had mine up there. It's not in the thing. I don't know where it went. So, okay.
We're behind on an intro, by the way.
Let's bring up intro life.
Okay. All right.
I am going to. I'm going to vote that we're no intro. Intro, but no intro. We're going to do. We're going to illustrate an intro between you and I, and anyone who drops anything in the comment section that wants to add to this at some point, or future illustrations. Remember earlier I was on our Steve and I pregame. We're going to make our own illustrated intro using your creative mind.
Yeah, I feel like I'm being mined right here. Like, oh, there's a resource I want.
No, it's a help. How do I help you? Help us. Help me. How do I? It's one of those. Yeah. Don't feel like you're not.
He tells me, for our listening public, I'm gonna break that fourth wall or whatever. Jack keeps telling me the saying he says all the time, but he has yet to tell me it correctly. And it's something about helping him get helped out or something. So eventually he'll explain his saying correctly, and then I'll have it.
It'll make sense. It all comes out to how can I help you get something done that helps us, and that thing also would help me. It's a joint. It's a community effort. Nobody's getting hurt.
Nobody. Yeah.
It's
all right.
It's mutual beneficial. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. Anyway, so we got it. We always do these random segments, whether it's trivia night with our special guests, or
I got to follow up on some of our special guests tonight. Just FYI.
Yeah. Legit.
Put that on the notes.
2
follow-ups with 2 guests that I got to put in my notebook.
Take down notes. But I am thinking that we should make animated clip art, I guess, or GIFs or input. We have the skills between you and I. You have Illustrator. I have Premiere.
I don't have Illustrator. I don't have Illustrator. I have Paint.
You have a knockoff.
I have a free Steve is broke knockoff of some digital art illustrator that I have made all of my shit with. Visit f4rw.net and check out our apparel, because it is what funds our ability to do events. So please support us. And until then, I will keep doing fun stuff, and you're invited.
I want to make a pre-recording intro is all I was getting at earlier. That's my random thought back moment.
Okay, that's cool.
Snapback.
What are we snapping back to? I'm wrapping
the
up
missing intro. I'm snapping back to the missing intro.
All right, so we're not going to have an intro. So that's where
we're going to pre-record the intro.
Right.
Is what
pre-recorded intro. All right, guys. So this week, since we don't have a pre-recorded intro, Jack and I are going to do updates on some previous guests we've had through this 2021 season. We're going to give some positive updates on projects we're working on. We're going to tell you how our week has been, and then we're going to shoot forward to the future and see what the automotive industry has to hold for manufacturing processes. But
also
will be discussed.
Also, we're going to touch on some very interesting things that have been like stuff that you get carded for at the store now versus, I mean, we're young blood, Steve and I, 36, combined total life on this planet is 72 years. I think we've seen enough. I think we've valid to say, like, we've seen some stuff between the two of us.
We're so old that we could buy cigarettes when we were 18.
Facts. You know, I remember when I could go to the store and not get carded for brake clean. But also,
would you go to the store and get carded without brake clean?
It depends on the store.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I got a fair game. Anybody that hasn't watched our podcast but has listened to it, Jack is usually not rocking a full beard, and I haven't seen a clean face in some time.
What you,
So I probably carded a little less for stuff that you need to be 16 to buy.
I mean, I've been doing the shave, running the razor over it, like the electric razor.
Uh-huh.
No clean shave, just electric razor. I guess that's considered 5 o'clock shadow ish thing.
Oh yeah, valid,
Yeah.
valid.
But my
Yeah,
the hair. Man.
I'm gonna drop um the razors or the trimmers on it. January 1st, typically the first of the year, I go shaved head because
Ooh,
look, it harkens back to my high school days, man.
interesting.
Actually, longer than that because history, but mostly high school days. Uh,
Also, Steve and I, for current events, things that are happening in this upload, we're gonna talk. Steve and I are going to the PRI show, so that's something we'll talk on at some point.
yeah, that's gonna be fun. I don't know if I'm gonna make it Thursday night.
Okay, so
I will
like 1 a.m.
probably,
Friday morning.
but look, I know that I have paid for spots as part of a Airbnb. We'll follow up. I am pushing hard to get things done.
Good. Yo, did you get anything good? Any good deals for Cyber Monday?
Didn't spend $1.
Oh, nice. I spent $59 on Cyber Monday. Check it out. I ordered this thing at like 12:20 in the morning. Right?
Okay.
I ordered another 4 terabyte hard drive. It showed up at like 4:20 that afternoon
Nice.
from Best Buy.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
funny. You mentioned 420. I bought Heidi a yeah, this is hard, man. She listens to every podcast. But I'm gonna tell you, I bought Heidi a Christmas gift, and it involves paramotoring, and it's it's for protecting your head, and it cost $420 shipped to the door.
Nice. I'm just gonna bleep out all this and then the price shipped to the door, so no
Nice.
one knows what the heck was happened.
No, valid. So, check this. Just a little development. For those that have not met Heidi, she's an interesting lady and my girlfriend. She purchased a paramotor frame, right? Like backpack, fly up in the air and shit, right? I just did a lot of hand signals for those that aren't watching. It's essentially a parafoil kite that you hang yourself from while you're wearing a engine on your back that has a prop that pushes you through the sky.
So
you have to run along the ground and
simplified terms, it's basically a parachute with a Volkswagen engine and a prop on a backpack.
So yeah, essentially a Volkswagen engine, half a Volkswagen engine, single cylinder, 170 cc.
Oh, so it's like a lawnmower engine on our back.
Yo,
that's dope.
Let me be clear. The engine has not been purchased yet.
How big of engines can you get?
Just it's not my area of expertise, but I'm of the understanding like sub 300 cc.
Oh, okay. So you can't like get an LS swapped one.
Right. You could, but you have to have a whole like trike and such to carry. The goal is an ultra light. The goal is to be under a certain weight, so the laws of flight per the FAA don't apply to you so much.
Okay.
Right.
I feel that.
Everybody's into drones, right?
Yeah.
Right. This time next year, or this time 2 years from now, I will have a personal drone that can take pictures from the sky.
Oh, that's a whole new level.
Right? Like, I don't need to be down on the ground with my remote. My remote is with the drone in the sky, taking the photos with an actual camera. It's one of those hobbies that I'm super excited to see her get into. So I'm trying to be supportive of that, and so I got her a beep for Christmas.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
So
sidetrack, but anyway.
You're good. What else is we got? We got all the time in the world. We got topic. Um, did I
Yeah,
tell you I want to make?
if we're doing anti-intro, I get that,
It's
right?
not anti-intro.
Okay, if it's not anti, if we don't have a specific intro every day, that's like, yo, this is where our podcast is going. Let's go, guys! Woo, come along, right? Yeah. When do we talk about how our week was, man? I'm trying to catch up. You're my
Okay.
boy, and I've been. For those though, my week has been busy. I have been career oriented and available for 3 straight days. And Jack is legit a friend of mine. So for once, I haven't been talking to him as much throughout the week this week. So I legit want to hear how his week has been.
Oh, thank
And
you.
so I wasn't fully aware of the non-intro, and like we usually have a nice little pace that kicks off our.
Yo, I've been screwing up. I've been quote unquote doing the bunny ears in the air, screwing up the
No, it's not
intro.
wrong.
Or is it just learning how many times to fail and figure it out differently? I don't know. I just think it'd be better if we like scripted an intro and hit a button and make it a preset.
What you need to do, right, is we will. You have an idea. This is real talk vlogs right here happening.
Okay.
You will have a set of animations, maybe a round of 3 or 4 different animations, right? And you can clip. I will give you like 4 animations that are 18 seconds long or 10 seconds long with no audio. It'll just be whatever little animations, right? And you'll have to chop together the animations.
Okay.
And I will live intro to the animation.
Okay. I can do it.
So anyway, we will have to storyboard like 2 weeks out or 3 weeks out, which is fine. It's fine, right? But we'll have to know what our topics are gonna be a little bit, and then so that you can cut them into the bit of the intro.
Like how
right?
I wonder how hard it would be to like a stick figure. You're talking about like a stick figure. Here's an intro.
This is not a fully developed idea. I came up with this about now.
I could see a stick figure intro like Fuzzle. I wonder if this is, I don't know how doable this is, but here, between your cheapness and my Adobe skills that I've learned to this point, I'm pretty sure we can animate this somehow. But like a stick guy walking across the pages, puts his key in the car.
Remember how we discussed that deadlines are motivation for you?
Yeah.
January, our first episode of January will have an animated intro ready and freshly animated by your new intro voice by Steve.
Or paid promotional voice from Fiverr. I'm just here. I'll let people, audition.
That hurts, man.
We want the maximum quality tone to grab the people.
All right.
I'm just screwing around.
Move away from that. Little landmine there.
Oh.
Did you see my new shirt?
I do. I like it. That's not the Avis wheel one, though. The ones that look similar to Avis's but aren't clones of Avis's.
Dude, I just clocked out the Avis design, like the ATIS design. The ATIS wheels on the new B5 logo by ATIS. By ATIS wheels or whatever. I don't know. I haven't even ordered a sample yet. So I have the Avis wheel design for the B5 profile logo. That will not go on this block logo. Like I can't put the wheels onto this. I'm not doing it. And then the Raven Wing Motorsports logo, the doggo now has a red collar, and the B5 profile logo has been moved from below Raven Wing Motorsports to on the collar. So Raven is flying through the air with her wings.
Right.
It says Raven Wing Motorsports, and it's on the back of a hoodie now, and she has a collar.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
You got a little Raven token. on that
A
collar.
Raven token.
Never mind, we haven't got there yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get
I
there.
feel like some. Anyway, support Raven Wing Motorsports today at s4rw.net. Get yourself a nice, warm, fluffy hoodie.
Yo,
We love our doggo here.
I might have to get one of them. How much can I get one of those for? Actually, you know what? I don't even care. I'm just gonna go over there right now and buy one.
$50.
How much?
Less than $40.
Oh wow, that's nice. So it's like $39.99, which is so much less than 40.
Yeah, I think it might. Yeah, I'm gonna back up for 1 second. I know without a doubt you can get a 4X for less than $50. Okay.
That's-
I'm not quite sure if they dip below 40 for the normal sizes. Cause tax and stuff, man. Like I'm not trying to tell people they're gonna get something shipped $40 to their door and then they live in Uzbekistan and the tax is 900%.
Yo, does this ship automatic international customs? I don't know. Whatever.
We might have international shipping.
I think my Shopify, because mine's backed by Shopify, I do believe it does. Like, there's a clickable option in there.
There's a higher cost for me for that. But
Speaking of like higher costs and weird stuff, so now that we were talking about animations earlier, right?
Mhm.
We're getting ready to jump. I want to jump into the segment about what people are putting up their noses and like why are we getting carded for weird stuff. But this would be a great time if we had a
okay.
in post, like, we designed some sort of clip art, or I don't know what Illustrator, knock off, like your version of Illustrator. You need to buy Illustrator, bro, or Adobe Creative Cloud. You really, really should, because it would help.
This is where let me help you, help us, help me turns into let me help you spend money.
It's like 20, $30.
Okay, all right.
I
I'm
mean,
just saying.
bro,
Facts, man.
yeah,
I need to invest. All right, I get it.
no, it's, let me
support
put
me.
it, it's like WeVideo to Premiere for me. Your skill, dude, you've got skills. I think if you put all the tools unfiltered to your ability, you're going to start doing what I'm doing and Googling what else can be done.
Yo, I get that. I understand that and I appreciate the compliment. I also the software we were talking about that was 14 grand.
Yeah.
Pretty good with that shit too.
Nice.
And right now it treats me pretty well and allows me to do this kind of stuff. And I will do what I do on the side, and I will probably invest, in some actual professional grade software, because I agree. There are things within the software that I use that are limiting factors and are doable but require more time and workaround.
So do you think we can make like a single frame or a couple frames that we can animate, like, oh, this is that random moment with, like a segment intro, like make 2-3 second segment intro clips. Okay, remember on
Stop, time out. All of my experience is with singular frame, right? So like stuff that's being printed on a shirt is not going to move. Okay, I mean it will if it's on the right body, but it's not going to move because it's of how it's printed. It's going to, when you're animating stuff, you've got to do that 24 times at least for every second.
I guess I've never made an animation.
So the time required, if the frames are similar. Okay, so take example the Sound of Our People Star Wars character.
Yeah.
That I have, right?
Uh-huh.
To his arms from up to the side and filling in everything that was in the background the way it was supposed to be, and then taking out the things his arms were now covering, right? That took a good amount of time. And that's so if you're animating that motion where everything in his body's the same and everything in the mountains and the grass and the trees is the same, and you're just moving the arms right down. Okay, you still have to stop and do the arms at every spot. And then if you want it to be faster, right, you have to move the arm further away in the initial couple frames, and then only a little bit in the next couple frames. So you have to understand the timing of the film.
Huh. That's
right.
wild.
And so like if you watch old claymation films, dude, they're amazing. I love them. I love claymation. I wish that there were more artists that had that skill
like
set.
Gumby, right?
What's that?
Like Gumby.
Yeah, like original Gumby. There's the man and the dog. I can't remember it. You know, but a lot of those look choppy because the artist just doesn't have the time to build it enough times to make it a smooth motion, right?
I see that. Okay, yeah, because he's got to make it, take a picture, 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 and just rinse and repeat for a 30-minute upload.
If it's a 30-minute upload, you're 24 frames a second.
Whoa, hold on. We're getting a calculator.
Bro, you need a calculator. 24 frames a second. That's
times 60.
150-ish frames a minute. Right?
Wait.
No, how many frames a minute? Is it 1,500 or 150?
So it's 24 frames a second, right?
Yeah. Times 60.
60 seconds.
30.
Why times 30?
Because 30 minutes. There's 60 seconds in a minute. You said a 30-minute clip. How many drawings am I have to make for a 30-minute clip? Do the math.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. Okay, times 30. 43,200.
So I'd have to make 43,200 shirt designs and string them together to make you a 30-minute. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I get it.
But I think that I can get it done if we're talking about some 20-second clips with a basic animation in which I only have to move certain pieces of and then save it. Versus taking a photo, I can just save frame 1, make an edit, save frame 2, make an edit, save frame 3, make an edit. Follow me?
I am. I'm adjusting audio gains a little bit more. I'm tweaking as I'm going here. I'm sorry.
I got it. So essentially, if I wanted to make somebody walk, right?
Okay.
I would have to take 4 or 5 photos in a series to get them from center line of one step. Bang, 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 bang. The progressions of like 2 strides would have to be bare minimum 3 photos, right? Super bare minimum 2 photos.
Well,
then you just cut the person out, right, that you're wanting to walk, and you move them forward about 1 stride, and you put on the layer that is of their other step, right? And then you put the person standing, and then you put the off step, and then you put the person standing, and then you put the off step.
All right, bro. I am accepting this challenge because here I'm sitting here and listening to you, and I'm thinking about how Premiere is working. I'm like, okay, so if we're talking about individual keyframes here, this is doable. I can do this because I can. Yeah. I mean, 43,000. Not to be an ass, but 43,000 key. It's not a lot. It is a lot, but we're not talking about 30 minutes. We're talking about
here's the other thing you can
60 seconds or less.
Here's the other thing you can do, right?
Shit, I just opened Premiere.
If you take a photo, right? And this is a cool trick because it'll look like somebody's walking and the background never changes, right? So like this is super quick animation, like super fast animation stuff. You have 3 photos, right? And one is of a person like standing, and one is of a person with their legs split apart one direction, and the other way is their legs split apart the other direction, right? And you have 3 photos. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
But they've taken one singular stride. Okay. Now you zoom in, right? And you move it all the way to the left where the edge of the frame is close to their back as you can get, right? And then you have 3 layers. And your first layer is the photo of them standing. And the second layer is the photo of them stepping one direction. And the third layer is a photo of them step in the other direction, right? So you then your first, if you're doing it, say you're doing it in WeVideo, right? You have 3 video lines.
Yeah.
And the first one is 1/24th of a second of this picture, right? Zoomed to this frame where the back of the frame is as close to the back of the person as possible. And then the second photo is the one where they've taken a little bit of a step forward and it's their legs is split as far away as possible from the first step, right? And you have that photo. And so in that natural step, they've moved a little bit, right? And then you use the next photo where they've stepped again and you leave your frame the same. So it's 1, 2, 3, right? 1/24th, 1/24th, 1/24th.
Interesting.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, I really don't. I've gotten lost in the visual.
So you have 3 pictures.
I got it. No, we're good. We're good.
Look, the frame of your video.
How's it supposed to play?
The video you're making, right? Stop. Imagine you're using WeVideo and you've got 3 video lines, right? And you can put, I can do overlays with photos. You take 3 pictures and you put one in your top video line.
Yeah, you're making a video out of the photos.
You're making a video out of the photos, but you're making it look like they're walking by moving your frame. You make copies of the 3 step, 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 step. So they're walking, and your frame is just they're walking in place. They're walking in place if you don't move the frame, but then you're walking in place and you just move the frame at which it's focused on, and so it looks like they're walking.
Interesting,
right? But if you zoom out to the photos you've taken, it looks like they're walking in place. But if as you move the steps, you move the frame to where they are walking across the screen because of where you're focused. I'll show you. I will show you.
Sorry.
It's like the cheapest, dirtiest, easiest way to make a walk scene. Not
to be that person, but I'm a very good visual learner. Like if I see something, I'm like, I can do that.
Okay. All right.
Like, I'm a very big visual learner.
Okay.
Sorry. Yo, so remember earlier in the pregame I was telling us
I'm gonna print a flip book. I'm gonna print you a flip book, a nice little mini flip book, and I'm gonna mail it to you. And it's gonna be 3 pictures inside with different focus points. And then you can flip through it and see it work.
I think we could make a flip book intro. I think that's a great attempt. I don't think that's an excessive challenge.
Listening public. Soon to be available on s4rw.net is the RTV video intro available in a flip book.
With an NFT? We'll make it an NFT. We'll release them together. It'll have an NFT. You know what those are, right?
You've talked about them. I know what it is. We've talked about it on this podcast.
I want to make Real Talk Vlog NFTs. It lets me do something with all the Raven I own.
Okay. All right. All right.
Help me support Raven to the moon. So I want to buy Raven that token.
Straight up Raven to the moon would be legit. All right. We sidetracked like a little bit.
Yeah, I know. We've done like 43 minutes and I don't feel like we've accomplished shit, but that's all right. This is Real Talk Vlogs. It's our podcast. It does not matter what we talk about.
Yeah, I will be clear. I did research for this week and you have thrown me off. Okay. I was ready for the intro and then to be like my week, your week, and then look, man, we hit this topic. I got these topics. I'm excited. And history is being discussed from a very broad view, right? Manufacturing is an interest of mine. And so I would love to discuss automotive manufacturing and get to my topic at some point. So we can't waste the whole
all right. No, here, let's jump into it then. So earlier this week, we all know, one of the problems with doing podcast, not problems, one of the processes of doing podcasts is topic pre-gaming, right? And Steve has
Accurate.
Steve has he's good at quick study. He's a quick study, right? Part of, I think that's just because of the way his brain works, because of his job. So I gave him the top of modern manufacturing versus manufacturing pre Ford
1910.
assembly line. Right?
Essentially, yeah. I took it pre 1910.
Okay, he gave us specific. So
now I don't have mad details, but I will give you the general concept because I feel like we need to conceptually cover what the process was, not necessarily specific names, but the process and how we transitioned from horses to everybody had a car.
I was gonna say cars weren't a thing in 1910, right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, early 1900s. I think there were 495,000 registered vehicles in 1900.
Seriously? Were they all?
I need to check the date. I didn't write that down in my notes, but in my read, dude, it was a large number. Think about how fast people had cell phones.
And I feel like cell phones were in the 80s, and then by 89, I've watched movies that are dated 1989, and there was cell phones all over those. Mostly big bricks, but
mostly in business type movies, right?
Yeah.
But like now, 1989 was, let's be honest, 30 years ago. 32 years ago. It was a while ago, but deep into the 90s, early 2000s, cell phones that was the norm. That was the absolute norm. But they were only introduced 15 years prior. Cars were available in like 1895, 1890. So 15 years after that, 1910. If you could have a car instead of a couple horses and a wagon.
Well, I have not. Wait a minute. So, like, let's define car real quick. By car, you're talking powered by internal combustion or steam.
Internal combustion
or steam.
I've essentially excluded steam from.
Okay.
From the discussion.
So, internal combustion. You just said 1890s.
Yep.
So that's a long time ago when you think about like how stuff is made.
So, the first
production methods.
Okay, so essentially, we'll get into that.
All right.
We'll do some as we get into the next bit of automotive history in the 20s and 30s, because that's a super cool era as well.
We just dive into its own topic.
It has to be. Like I tried to like look into what things progressed to, and I was like, nah, that's a brick for a different wall.
Yo, I'll be frank, straight up, I can't instantly recall any car manufacturer or brand or name that dates back. The farthest thing I can date back is a Model A. Like
Model A Ford, right. So 1905, 1906.
I was thinking 1908, but I figured
early 1900s. The earliest Fords were I think 1909 was the assembly line. I need to double check exact dates, but essentially.
No, I'm gonna Google assembly line.
That's fine. Go ahead. Pre 1910, you had a horseless carriage still, right? And in 1920, there was like 700 car manufacturers in the United States. Did you hear me, Jack?
I heard you say 13 car manufacturers.
No, in 1920, there were 700 car manufacturers in the United States.
That's a lot. In 1920? Like, that's a short...
Listen. Every coach builder, everybody that was building nice wagons in every city, there was not a national brand of wagon. We say chuck wagon, but that wasn't a brand, it was a style.
So There was 700 wagon manufacturers.
No. I'm talking about 1920. There was somewhere between 650 and 700 car manufacturers in the United States. But where the car manufacturers of that era came from was the coach builders. People with wooden wagon wheels with steel rims were now building bodies for automotive chassis. Essentially, somebody was producing engines and putting them in a set of rails and putting it on a set of
smaller
wagon
wheels.
wheels.
Right, they were smaller.
Essentially, no.
No, you're kidding. I'm thinking a wagon wheel, 4 foot tall type thing.
No, a standard like wagon wheel is like 32 inches.
Oh,
so our boys rolled donks back in the day. All right.
Yo, do you remember that Hellcat meme that floated around that was on
Amish wheels, Amish wagon wheels? They were on wagon wheels. I should not say they were Amish wagon. It was on wagon wheels. But anyway, so essentially, every large town had its own coach builder, the local coach builder or whatever. Right?
Right. No, you're right. Right.
You were making wooden bodies with paint and standard furniture upholstery, and
wait, that means that there was
they didn't have headlights. They had lamps,
lanterns,
like oil lamps, lamps, lamps.
Oh, you're talking about like little glass lobe.
So like you would go to start your horseless carriage with a body by Bertone or Pininfarina, or these are names that of coach builders that are still around today, right? Zagato,
No,
Pininfarina,
no,
or Lanetta.
No, I'm not that rich.
No, I have read a couple magazines. Okay. Anyway, back in the day, man, there aren't coach builders now the way there was then, but you didn't travel to buy a car. You didn't go into the city. You went into town.
So
to
buy
your wooden bodied whatever. So you might have a Cadillac, right? If you were a fancy man, you had the robust Cadillac chassis with the 4 horsepower motor and a body by whoever.
So that answers that question. I was begging to itch the question, like they're just putting bodies on these things. So the chassis came from someplace else, or the engines, or do we have 700 manufacturers building their own engines?
A lot of times you'd end up having like piecemeal jobs, right? So you'd have I'm just throwing names out there for familiarity. You'd have a Ford frame with wheels by local wheel guy, and they're literally wooden wheels with steel. Oh, he upgraded to the rubber. Ooh, right? But think of what a horseless carriage would be, or what a horse-pulled carriage would be. Take the horse out, put in a little engine, add a steering wheel.
Right.
You have
the
engine-powered wagon.
And
that's so crazy. It kind of, as all supply chains have narrowed down to where you have the lucky and proficient survive and acquire market share, right? So coach builders joined forces to build certain branded bodies, right? And so same thing happened overseas. You had Audi. We're going to talk about Audi. Auto Union.
Oh, don't even get me started on Audi right now.
The 4 brands of Auto Union, 4 rings to rule them all, 1 brand to bind them. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Audi's the Lord of the Rings. That's what I'm saying. DKW, Wanderer, Horsch, and...
Wait, is that legitimately a reference to Lord of the Rings, like made inside of it? I feel like it is, but
yes. Yeah, dude, our first Race Wars shirts were a reference to Lord of the Rings.
I missed that.
It's got the like rod through the red square, right, of the S logo, and then so it's dripping oil, and in the oil it says 4 rings to rule them all.
I get it now. Okay, because I remember it's 1 ring to rule them all.
No, That's from Lord of the Rings.
Right.
And it's I don't remember what the original saying is because I'm not like a sci-fi like
Bro, I'm gonna
guy.
go watch Lord of the Rings tonight just to
But
find out.
I know it's one ring to rule them all, and then something to bind them, right? So with the Audi, it's four rings to rule them all, one brand to bind them, and that references the history of DKW, Wander, Horse, and Audi being Auto Union, being the brand to bind the four rings, right? But the four rings were companies that were essentially going out of business because not every coach builder could develop itself into an automotive manufacturer. And so you essentially join teams with whoever had the best skill set, who made the best frames, who made the best engines, who made the best interiors, who made the best bodies, who made the best suspensions. Let's get together, right?
Yeah.
And so you look at Mercedes, and now you have Mercedes-Benz, right? How do you think Mercedes-Benz came together? Because they were both struggling to be productive automotive manufacturers in the early days when, oh, this is the new fad, and not everybody's going to make it, right? Think about consider, I should say, like .com startups from the early 2000s. There was 100 bajillion of them. Everybody's going to make bajillions of dollars on the internet, right? Well, coach builders were a local thing. People that were in need, furniture makers were a local thing. People that were in need, and they went into the automotive manufacturing business. And there were more of them than demand for automobiles. An automobile was a much higher expense than a wagon.
That
And
makes
so
sense.
coach builders made tons of wagons and a couple coaches a year. But nobody's buying wagons. Let's all make automobiles. It doesn't work out long term.
No, I mean it's better than going out of business, you know.
Yeah, legit. But Henry Ford turned the automotive manufacturing process straight up on its head. Like replaceable car parts, like the same part does the same job on all of these cars that are the same. Oh my God. Oh, wait, time out. Now that we've done that, I think a lot of people get away from the interchangeable car parts being the massive change that Ford brought.
Yeah, I was gonna say assembly line is cool and all, but
the
that's
assembly line
basic.
cannot exist without interchangeable parts.
But assembly lines were before, like, okay, here, let me go back to this Googled reference.
Yeah, assembly lines were a thing in manufacturing before Ford brought assembly lines to cars.
But
right?
Here's the thing. When you Google the assembly line inventor that's what I literally put in Google. It says Henry Ford on December 1st, 1913, Henry Ford installs the first moving assembly line for mass production of an entire automobile. His innovation reduced the time it took to build a car from more than 12 hours to 1 hour 33 minutes.
Tell that to any church lady that's ever worked a soup kitchen. Ever. Tell that to anybody that has ever produced a firewood stash at a group facility. I mean, think about all the community activities that were done where they legit, we need to finish this task. You're telling me the Amish in their speed to put up a barn is not considered, I mean, I guess it's not assembly line because they're not producing bajillions of barns, but my point is like, if you're talking about I think that's given Henry Ford a lot of credit.
I think it just needs to be re-identified as the method. It's no different than McDonald's. Remember the Founder movie? I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it's the method of how McDonald's structural, the layout inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what was money making. That's what they didn't like. I think he would have been. I think it's saying the assembly line is what he invented is hard pill to swallow because an assembly line as a process has been around even when they were building coaches and carriages. Yeah, but how to do it
dude, you gotta realize early 1900s is early in like metal production eras. I mean, almost. I mean, it's not earlier. That's the wrong way to put it. The processes to work metal got cheaper and more affordable, and also larger scale in that era, right? So like a lot of the manufacturing process was moving away from wood. Still using wood, but in the grand scheme of things, the cost of metalworking equipment is more expensive and more cumbersome and more impeding than the equipment used to work wood.
I feel that.
Essentially,
Okay, I'll
right?
take it.
And all of those costs like broke down. They started to wear when small manufacturers were trying to compete. Henry Ford put a lot of coach builders out of business.
That's where his assembly line process, not
Yeah,
I don't know.
and don't get me wrong, man. Like I'm glad that vehicles and modes of transportation have been made available to the quote unquote everyman.
Yeah,
But uh, a lot of times I wonder what skill sets have been lost to time because of the advancements in manufacturing. Generally speaking.
I mean, is it not argument that innovation is what you see?
A good example, stonemasonry. Like there's some beautiful stonemasonry. Concrete did away with a lot of that. You can do beautiful shit with concrete too, don't get me wrong. So there's new skill sets and new forms of beauty brought
But
forth.
handcrafted
Like,
stone
yeah. Like
is becoming a lost art.
I hope that there's the ability of people that have those passions and desires and skill sets can develop them, because
I'm with
that's
that.
the shit to remember
You know
through
what?
history. Man.
You know what else we're losing in this world? Common
For
sense.
myself. Yeah.
Yo, can I go?
Yeah.
You want me to jump in? Can I jump into something?
I'm essentially done with the automotive history stuff. I mean,
I'm sorry. I just
no,
randomly.
you're good. I'm just saying, like, there's not a whole lot to it, but it's hard to try to fit the next bit in because post 1910 shit gets cray. Like it's wild.
Production industries just start booming. Styles, formats,
speeds.
Oh, that makes sense because didn't they? If Bob used to tell me about how the manufacturing methods for like cast engine parts was, you got to go make a hand casted mold out of something else that you've molded, and then you got to pack it and redo it. It was all manual labor. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Machinery was not autonomous; it was manual.
Yeah, 100%.
So how many engines you made? How many cars did you run off that line? They said they made an hour and 33 minutes.
What's that? Ford made a Model T every hour.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is the marvel. One car every hour and 33 minutes. So if an 8-hour work shift, that means somebody made 8 engines for that day, and then somebody else was already making 8 more engines for that day. How long is the process?
No. Stop. Time out. The whole facility, all of Ford, was producing a car an hour, essentially.
Yes, I get that, but I'm talking about the components.
Yeah, I understand the components too.
Like,
but
they're not making all the components, but the people who did that process, like, how long does it take to make one engine for a car that's being assembled in an hour and 33 minutes?
You have 15 or 20 or 50 casting shops that are feeding one assembly line at that point. It's not like you have the dude that's responsible for the engine casting machine. No, you figure out what your peak production is on your engine production time, or your brake production time, or you figure out what each component takes to produce, and each one. And then you either divide or multiply that unit's production line to match your expected output.
Oh, so there's no like overhang of like extraness. I feel that. Okay, that's a very science estimating way of getting an answer for me.
I yeah, thanks. Yep.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right.
Lessons by Steve available now on Real Talk Vlogs.
We need to. Yeah. Uh,
What? We need to what?
yeah, well, I'm still thinking about intro, like segments and
Okay. All right.
animated bits. I want to make
What would
animated
you
bits
have-
for this.
All right. Let's
Like,
storyboard for a second. What would you have the Jack character do in the intro? Would you have Paper Jack like run out and Dale Earnhardt jump into the Rowdy Audi and then do a donut and slide off?
That'd be pretty cool.
It'd be pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna start with that one.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean,
All right. I'm gonna start
flipping
with
point
that.
around a Real Talk vlogs. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Timeout.
Can the smoke be Real Talk vlogs? It go up into the sky and it says Real Talk vlogs.
All right. So here's the deal, right?
Okay.
The more stuff you add, right? You got to add it now, because we're not going to go back and be like, oh, let's just add some stuff in here, because I got to chop and cut over all that thing again.
Okay.
Right? So, like when essentially,
Yo, make it a B5. Make it a rear-wheel drive B5.
okay, reach out to we need the listeners, and also my drifty partner here in crime, Rowdy Audi on Instagram. I need photos of a slide progression of a B5 from one of your, or somebody that has wrecked a B5, the slide progression of it going off track, so I've got a couple angles of it.
I bet we know somebody.
Take 8 photos of their car as they walk around it.
I bet we know somebody with a B5 that does slidey things that might just be willing to do that. Or already has them already.
Or if they have a 5-second video. No. I need photos because I'm essentially going to line art the photos and then utilize the line art and some scoping to make it look like it's doing stuff. I need 15 photos probably.
All right, Austin, if you're listening to this, hit me up before I hit you up.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just need permission to use existing Instagram photos probably from him. Not to mention it.
Well, let's just send him a DM. Let's slide into it.
All right, you pervy bitch. We gotta get an update on his other stuff in the future as well.
Have you seen what he's doing right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to spill beans.
The beans are spilled. He posted on social media.
No, I mean I'm not trying to act like we have more details than what's on the social media. I'm trying to get the legend onto us when he's done with his shit, so he can be like, "Hey guys, listen, here's what's up."
I see what you get.
That's goals. Dude, he was super fun. All of our guests have been fun, actually. So, updates on guests, though. I have actual official updates.
I say we haven't had one.
I know. It's fine. We'll get there. Holidays, people are busy with family and stuff. I am not concerned.
That's what I was getting at. Like, it's not the end of the world that we have no guests. It is, the way I see it, we have a big event coming up, PRI show, I am sure, which...
Yeah, that's going to be fun, dude. I'm excited.
Yeah, PRI.
I'm excited. Mr. William Robb has dropped us some updates in our...
I seen that in our Instagram feed. Did I lose you? Oh, baby, you.
Hey.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, my Discord just crashed, and I'm trying to get your screen from... There we go. I don't know what happened. Discord crashed on me, bud. But
you're good.
We're back. I lost my thoughts, man. Oh, what did you hear? How much did you hear? How much do you have recorded?
My recording's still recording.
I know that now, but at what point did you stop hearing what I had to say?
Oh.
Did you hear about Mr. William Robs?
Yeah, Mr. William Rob checked in, and then that's where it cut out.
Oh, did you hear what he checked in about?
Yeah, he checked in about the 5 HP 24s that he's been doing things with and how to shove it into a B5 with custom axle shafts.
That one.
Yeah, that one.
I'm excited about that. So we saw on that podcast how much beefier the 24s are than the 19s, and we've seen what he's been doing with the 19s.
Yeah.
Homie sent a dyno pick and made 490 to the tire through a 5 HP 19.
Yo, that's a lot, I feel like. Like, what's the normal breaking point?
The word on the street used to be about 300, 325 on the torque. Was about where they let go. And he's at the tire way more than that. I am excited to see how fast that car is on a sticky tire.
Oh.
Yeah, he's essentially spinning through first on the street.
Woo, that's a spicy meatball.
Dude, it's I'm excited, man. Some of the clips he's been dropping are super. It's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited. I am so happy to see the automatic life getting a little hotter in the world over here. But
that makes me excited.
It makes me want a D2A8L.
Bro, I got the next best thing. I got a C5 Auto A6 with a V8. It's the closest thing.
I know, but it's not a D2A8L.
Yeah, but a D2 S8 begs for a manual.
No. I'm not trying to do the S8 life. I am trying to get a low key under the radar A8L, long wheelbase, big body.
If we're going, I want a D3. You get your D2, I'll take a D3.
Fine. Anyway, further update. That's the automatic life for all those that follow us. We will get back to, is my video's out.
Yeah, it's not on. I was trying to tell you that. My fault.
When did it give up?
When you came back.
All right. Well, I'm back officially, full on back. Other follow up from previous guests, Mr. Azell, our motorcycle rider friend. The results for the series he runs in.
Okay.
And also some other things. I have to refer to my phone for that. Big news. The number one is he is the Summit Point Raceway 300 amateur champion.
Oh shit! Congratulations!
Summit Point track champion. Homeboy, the skill set has paid off a little bit, and he has some other rankings here that he sent me. He was also excited. Morgan's a friend of mine, and I forgot exactly what they are, but he came in, 7th in the Mid-Atlantic region Super Sport 300. Now remember, Morgan is like 6'1" or 6'2" and 200 pounds, and a 300cc bike is not the bike for a man that size. Okay, but he has the talent to back it up, so it's kind of cool.
It reminds me of the big man in a little coat.
So he ended up 40th overall coming out of the 300 class.
Yo, that's how many were in the class again? That's really legit.
No. He was the 300 champion at Summit Point, right?
Oh, okay.
He was 7th in class in the region, like all of the Mid-Atlantic. He was 7th overall.
Oh shit, that's a
right. And then in the Mid-Atlantic overall region, in all of the classes, out of the 300 class, he came in 40th. Oh, so all your track day bros doing like leader bikes and 600s and shit, you still ain't lapping my boy on his 300. Like what? Dimensional, like conceptually, that blows my mind. But okay, bravo, sir.
Good job. Good job.
So I'm excited for where the B5 chassis is going, and the Audi chassis and the Audi 2.7 stuff is going. William Rob's really put in effort. I'm glad that we had him on kind of early. So
Nice. I am too. I got a few things left on my list. It's getting late in the hour. This one's running a little long. We're trying to. I'll be honest. Another thing that I wanted to stick to for those who are listening in the real world. You know, I want to know, what do you guys think about time? Like, unfortunately, what?
uh, what?
Okay, I'll skip over it. I'm sorry, my fault. Never mind. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, I think we record our conversations. I don't think we shoot for a time for our conversations to be.
Okay, that's
I think
valid.
that makes it incredibly unnatural, and I I don't think our listeners want to hear a pre-program.
I'll take it. You anyway. So I got shit on my list I wanted to discuss that I
All
thought was
right, let's
relevant to
discuss
real
our
talk vlogs and
conversation.
the bullshit that goes on in the world. All right, here it
Go
is.
for it, man.
I went to Walmart and got carded for RTV. Like, really, what is it? What is in RTV that you're gonna get high off of that you can't buy under the age of 18? Like, the shit smells like vinegar. You ever smelled it? It smells awful. It gets hard. What are you gonna do? Do a line of this? It's gonna create like a silicon booger in your nose.
Is it what it's used to make? You
Maybe.
can really make anything with it.
Like, what are you gonna mix it with? I could just imagine somebody making some new hybrid meth out of silicone.
No, I'm just saying, like, do they want teenagers buying RTV to go home and make a bong with?
Or to seal their bong up, or lo and behold, fix their car to get to work.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I think it's kind of stupid, but I'm trying to understand what their reasoning might be
Like,
because I don't know.
I don't either. That's what I'm curious. Like, why? There's got to be so. But here's the other thing. Is it? Be. Is it? Is it a law? Is it a company policy? Is it Walmart just being freaking Walmart and trying to control what people are able to purchase on bulk? Because I don't go to
Okay,
AutoZone and get carded.
okay, so buy AutoZone.
No, I'm just curious. Is it a corporate policy? Am I ranting over nothing?
I I don't know. It does seem kind of weird. I'm gonna
Like,
go buy some RTV tomorrow.
let me know if
But
Walmart
I can
cards you.
use RTV to animate our new and upcoming digital RTV logo.
Deal. You got to use the
I'm
self checkout.
gonna use RTV to make little figurines that I can claymate into.
Bro, fun fact for you. GM in about 2005 circa Ecotech engines made injection molded valve cover gaskets with
Mhm.
RTV into silicone, and when you bought the gasket it was basically looked like a silicone and RTV pre-formed gasket that you just shoved in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did it work?
works great. So you can make stick figures out of it.
I did you ever play around with a hot glue gun as a kid?
Totally. I have one.
So why can't you do the same thing with RTV?
I think it's a
And
great idea.
we can put little. I can like make RTV characters in like one or two or three kind of poses that I can create motion with, right? And I'll just get little paper cutouts of our faces.
Bro, the RTV, like, you have the whole tube, right? You could
Mhm.
start with the tube being tossed down and it says RTV clear as day. Or like somebody stepping on it or something. Like, this RTV gets splooged out of there, turns into the characters. We,
Okay.
you're and my character walk over to the Audi and do donuts. Smoke goes everywhere and comes up into a cloud of RTV. All
I'm
stick
getting
figure
this done by
animation.
January 1st.
Okay. You
Like
just
the more the more you change the more scenes you have, like it complicates shit really fast,
like, how
right?
many like, how long do you think a normal intro should be? I'm thinking 5 to 10 seconds here.
Okay.
So it comes back
So
to that.
if you say 10 seconds, because easy math,
Yeah, I
10
got the
seconds
calculator up.
is 240 images.
For
I gotta
what?
make 200. I gotta draw out 240 unique images.
What if you don't draw them? What if
And
we wait a minute? What if you take them like
I need
clay
10 minutes
animation?
to make them.
What if you clay animate with RTV and use your camera to take still
Yeah,
shots?
I, un-
240 pictures ain't a lot.
uh, it's not the picture. It's the making the characters with the RTV that you can flow together. Or backup option, I make the RTV characters a little larger, right? And then I hinge their arms and hinge their legs
Hinge them.
so that you can move them.
Dude, it's going to be pliable. You're talking about like a pencil, a number two pencil width on. If you're drawing with RTV on a board and letting
Mhm.
it sit, I
You
mean,
got to stand it up though,
yeah, but it's going to be
and
very.
it's got to have shape,
I think you're going to be
right?
surprised with the rigidity and the pliability of RTV for memory.
Okay,
Try
that's
it
fair.
out.
Fair assessment.
Like, I don't know how much experience you use with playing with RTV, but I've cleaned a lot of it off my hands after it's hardened and off weird stuff.
Oh yeah. It is a mother, isn't it?
But I mean, also I have the
It
another
is.
topic.
Go to it.
Oh,
I'm still surprised that you got carded for RTV. Like, dumb.
no, I think it's dumb ultimately, but it was an autonomous system that did it. So I
Got
think
it.
the same registrar I actually told thank you the day before when it gave me my receipt. So it's what our societies came to. Yo, speaking of weird autonomous things, you've heard like spam calling and whatnot, right? I mean, like it's
Yeah.
becoming a thing. I got a spam call from your neighborhood today, Washington D.C.
Dude, okay, A, not my neighborhood. B, I have gotten spam calls from a bunch of places that I have gone to visit for work. So right, I've gone and looked at contracts in Stafford, Virginia. I work in Manassas, Virginia. I live in Centerville, Virginia. So I've traveled to down Stafford, Virginia, Fredericksburg, Richmond, down 91 and down 9 Interstate 95 and 81, like down that region, right?
Uh huh.
And I've recently gotten like your automated car warranty call on my company phone from places I've been near,
That's weird.
right?
Yeah, that's very weird.
I'm not okay with that.
I got
I'm
one
not
today.
okay with whatever info had to be transacted.
So I get the one I got today. I was like, Washington D.C. I haven't seen that state come across my caller ID. Let's give it an answer, right?
Yeah, what pops up when I call you? My name?
Yeah, your name, Steve
Yeah.
Milling, S4 Racehorse.
Is there a location that pops up with
Uh,
that, or just an info card?
I I'll look at it next time you call.
I got you.
I
I
haven't.
got
I don't know if it does that for people I have programmed in my phone or not. It might just assume you should know where they live.
you. Right, that's fair. I'm just curious if it throws that information out there for you.
Right on. Fair enough. But no, this guy. So this guy, very like nonchalant, didn't feel like he was like educating. Like you get a typical multi-million-dollar call center, like it sounds like there's people busy in the background, they're reading a verbatim script about something. This
Yep.
guy called with like he had a kind of no sense of direction type of thing, like he was just rolling the dice and let's wing in this phone call. All
Oh,
right.
okay.
And they were calling about a they were calling about a survey. They wanted to ask a survey question and they were polling the public, right? And I was like, interesting. Is this kind of like one of those things where you see on TV where the a government TV show wants to poll the public based on a topic before they see what it's like, to see if they're going to get positive influence from the public? He's
Right.
like, no, it's not like that. I was like, oh, darn the luck. And so I let him continue talking.
Yeah.
And he kept talking, and I was like, so what kind of personal information are you going to try to get out of me here while we're doing this? And he was like, oh, nothing really. questions. He started asking me questions asking me questions along the line of, am I from Missouri? I was like, yeah, yeah. He's like, are you driving right now? I was like, yeah. Is this your public phone? Is this your cell phone number? I was like, yeah. These are things. I was like, and then he asked me, do you live in Wentzville? I was like, yeah. I was like, is this a way of you testing your GPS locating services inside my cell phone? Real quick. He's like, no. I'm like, I'm not here. I'm not being a conspiracy. I did. It led up to the point where they started asking me questions about what I did. And he's like, are you or is any of your family in public broadcasting or anything like this? I was like, actually, yeah, I have a YouTube channel that I create content for and own. And he's like, and you hear somebody in the background like yell, Ted. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I got to stop this interview. I can note you are answering that question, yes, cancels you from things. I'm like, why? Like, what does me doing public broadcasting and free speech have to do with your questionnaire answering? But then it dawned on me. I was like, I told him earlier when I was talking to him that I was like, I thought this spam call was interesting. I've never had anybody ask me to do a survey. Let's see what these questions about. I find this stuff interesting. And like putting the two things together, I'm like, I went online, Googled the phone number, and it's a pretty big deal spam calls. Like these are people trying to get information of all sorts. And if they're interviewing public figures, people record conversations and post them to expose that type of industry. And I find it interesting that they stop at a question like that, because you never know what somebody on the other side of the coin, why are you answering spam calls? Because as a spammer, you know that there's there's software out there telling us that it's like, hey, don't possibly answer this.
Spam, right?
Yeah, my phone tells me this could be a potential spam call. And I'm like,
yeah. It's
interesting that the spammers are now getting clever enough to clear this people they're trying to spam.
Right.
I have a twisted view of humor. I'm sorry.
Sounds like they were trying to verify your identity for that theft they already did.
Or trying to do. Like why would they a theft they already did?
Were you confirming information? You're like, they asked you where you lived. They asked you if you're driving. They asked you if it was your phone number. Right? What other things did you say yes to? Did they ask you your name?
No. Never got to my name.
Fair.
There again, my name is public knowledge because they could get that from the fact I have a channel.
I don't know, man. Just watch your shit.
Yeah, there's...
Yo, identity theft is a major, 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 major problem.
This is a situational awareness moment on Real Talk Vlogs, by the way. Like, for the listening audience, I'm going to brand this a hashtag Real Talk Vlog situational awareness segment.
Yes.
Identity theft is real. Skim card readers are real as well. Walk inside places and pay for stuff. Don't pay at pumps.
Yeah, gas. It sucks because, like, we've been ingrained during the pandemic to, don't associate with people. Humans will kill you. Do everything by yourself. Look at the screen. Use the screen to do your life. Right? And so automatic gas pumps were one of the first things, right, to transition. So there are entire generations of people who have always had the credit card gas pump, right? Not easiest, but one of the most commonly targeted places for identity theft.
Yep.
Because they can play just as easy as they can place a skimmer, they can place a remote camera, which gives you their credit card, and then your license plate number and your make and model of car, and then what you look like. There's so much shit that's available, and it's not that hard to acquire, and it sucks to get your shit stolen.
I'm also going to say, think about how your passwords are wrote, which reminds me, I need to change a couple passwords right now because I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, man.
Yeah, right.
A little sus. And that's the thing. That's the other thing. Where is data stored? You got to think way bigger. Like, your Gmail might be wrong. My WeVideo might be stored on some Amazon server that's in Abu Dhabi that is under local siege of my country right now, and somebody's in the back with the back door that is related to the guy who sweeps the floor with the USB drive, and he's a thief and
Hacking
just
data.
hacking data.
Hacking information.
You have no idea. We don't know these things, so you have to protect yourself.
I'm out on Real Talk Blog for 1 second. Protect yourself. That's what he's saying. Don't fearmonger the people, Jack.
I'm just saying, it's like the 300-pound dude.
You're
on
like
the
hyping
internet.
up a situation that's potential. It could happen. Yes. Probability it would happen the way you're talking about it. Doubtful.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. The exuberant amount of the situation.
My guess is it's the data you're putting into that website your wife doesn't want you to go to.
What are you talking about? Carpart.com? Or 034.com? Carcane Addiction?
Yes.
Hoonigan.com?
Yes.
Chase Bays? Summit Racing?
Yes, also that one.
Yeah. There's a lot of them.
Yeah,
S4racewars.com?
I bet you can see all of the things that, catfishers and whatever put out there. Look, anyway, point is, skimming and scamming is real, especially leading up into holiday season when people start spending money that, the last thing you want to do is get to Christmas Day and be broke as hell.
Facts, Ricky Bobby. Facts.
Right?
Dude, it's just...
All right. We got animation. That's on the to-do list for sure, man. I'm kind of excited about that. What... Oh, you got a little...
We need cards.
All right, look. If you point to your right hand, your left hand shoulder, point to your left hand shoulder. Use your left hand. Right. If we both point to our left hand shoulder at the same time, we can put the ad in the middle at the top.
Oh, in between the... I like it. Okay. Deal. Nice.
So, dude, literally on our calendars, man, we got Wookiees.
I got a calendar right here. Here it is.
Got the Wookiees. April 6th through 10th. Right? You got to write this down. This is important.
I don't know if my calendar goes that far. I got to get a new one.
All right. On some page in your calendar, you can transfer it to your new calendar later. April 6th through 10th. Wookiees in the Woods. Fontana region of North Carolina and Tennessee. Okay. Deals Gap. That'll get you close, right? That Saturday, prior to our departure from Wookiees in the Woods, but that Saturday, there is going to be the great and wonderful whatever round we haven't decided yet of the Dutch Oven Cook-Off. And prior to the Dutch Oven Cook-Off, there will be the Sound of Our People meet, culminating with the reveal at 8 p.m. of the Dutch Oven Cook-Off items. At Wookiees in the Woods.
So should we have a tasting? So will the Sound of Our People group gathering will be the judges for the Dutch Oven Cook-Off?
Facts.
Gotcha. Okay.
Facts.
So come by, get free samples of food.
We are penciled in for Saturday. We need to confirm with the Wookiees in the Woods guys that we are not trying to overlap one of the events they may be planning. I am not trying to be a conflict of interest with those guys. It is their event and their weekend.
I think we'll be okay if we're in the evening, to be honest, because
I just want to check with those guys because I can be flexible on when the Dutch Oven Cook-Off reveal is.
You're good. If I remember, usually, as long as we go after, well, with the new COVID type of Wookiees, which is all outdoors.
I want to check all that stuff. But anyway, during Wookiees in the Woods, there will be a Dutch Oven Cook-Off. And leading up to the Dutch Oven Cook-Off reveal will be the Sound of Our People meet. There will be shirts. There is a Wookiee involved. You can win stuff. And there will be a camera along the road up from the Outland Gas and Grocery. That place is amazing. Put ad here. those guys are awesome, right? You can get your rocket fuel and your jet fuel, right, at Outland Gas and Grocery. There will be cameras along the road for you to get your flybys in.
I wonder if we could live stream the cameras. You think that's a good idea?
Every time we announce a good idea, you drop in I bet we can change it right now.
Oh,
I'm trying to live stream from the mountains.
I'm just curious, what's the internet inside the house? Okay, never mind. I got to figure out a way to.
I'm trying to enjoy the meat, bro.
Okay,
I'm not trying to worry.
Are we having
about
the meat? You're dropping it all on me in the middle of this. I thought we were gonna never. It's irrelevant. It's your meat. But are we having is the sound of the people's meat at or before the time of the Dutch oven cook-off?
Yo,
or is it an all-day affair that just cameras are rolling all day?
The camera's going to be all day.
So I got to figure out how to make a camera record all day and have enough storage space.
We fly by. We check the cameras. We change the cart. But anyway, the guests of the Sound of Our People meet. Those who want to eat will have to judge. You do not get samples or free meal and then say, I don't want to give my opinion. We are not charging entry. It is a $1 entry for anybody that wants to enter the Dutch oven cook-off. $1. Winner takes all. Dutch oven cook-off. You get one cast iron Dutch oven. There are bonus points for the cleanest fire pit area. You can share your fire pit with another member, another entrant. If you win cleanest pit and there are 2 people at your fire pit, you split the 1 point.
Oh, at the bonus point?
There is 1 point awarded for the overall winner from the crowd choice. Everybody votes. The crowd picks one winner. The entrants get a vote. If you pay $1 and cook a dish, your vote is worth as much as everybody else that showed up for the free food put together.
I think that's a good idea because there was things I liked about Fred's that I might have voted for, but I might have also voted for mine had it been cooled down all the way to a proper edible level. Like his was better.
This is why we have the intro rounds.
Right, his was better because he could eat it. Mine, I felt like you were eating a lava cake that was nuclear with some chocolate in there, but you couldn't get past the temperature.
You didn't manage the crowd control, right? Right. Fred delivered a entree with crust and ingredients at a temperature at which people could eat it on their plates. You waited until everybody was foobarred, 3 sheets to the wind, gone for the night, and brought out your lava. And then all of the people that could have voted, well,
couldn't see the voting cards.
No, presentation is key, man. But that was a good ass dish. What you had there was.
I am excited. I know Sleepy Quattro has already entered. He said he's spot checked. He'll be there.
There will be. Yeah, check this. Multiple entry options available. You can purchase your entry online at s4rw.net.
Oh.
Or you can show up with $1
and a Dutch oven.
Enter online or show up with $1. You have to bring your own Dutch oven. I don't care where your fire pit is. Wherever it ends up, it better be gone. That's the cleanest fire pit point. You can have the option to cook at the campground and deliver your ingredients or meals to the Sound of Our People meet.
That's what I was just thinking.
25 minutes away.
Ooh, don't break. Ooh, that could get.
If you have the quickest time and no interference from the law, you get a point.
How are you gonna judge that?
You have to have verified. It's not my job to verify it. If you can't verify it, it doesn't count.
Yeah, so you just
You
turn
gotta
on a
have
GoPro
video.
and turn it on.
You got to have if I can't watch the video of you leaving Fontana and arrive when we eat, you have to have that ready. You don't have that's just a bonus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How many?
but we're there to drive more, right?
Right.
Drive more to deliver the dessert better. It has to arrive in. It has to arrive in the Dutch oven because I have to have proof that it was cooked in a Dutch oven.
I mean, it's not hard to make. Do you know how heavy a Dutch oven is? Dude, that car, you could roll a car down the cliff and it would probably still be a Dutch oven in there assembled.
That's what I'm saying, man. But I'm not trying to have somebody show up with some aluminum tinfoil tray and be like, "Oh, I'm near the end of the Dutch oven cook-off." No, you're not.
No, you got to have the Dutch oven.
Yeah.
Fair
There's
enough.
rules, man. We have standards in this Dutch oven cook-off series.
It's because we've done 2 now.
Done 2 of them.
2 of them. Well, the first one wasn't really a cook-off.
You won that one, hands down.
Got 1 under my belt.
You and Fred are technically tied. You are both previous Dutch oven cook-off world champions.
So how are we gonna do this? Are people gonna have like voting cards?
That is the reigning Dutch oven cook-off world champion.
All right, my dude. All
right, before we check out, be sure to visit s4rw.net and rowdyaudi.com. Follow us on the grams.
Oh, absolutely. It was great talking to you this week. It was great listening to. First, that's not coming out the way it was meant to come out. I was trying to say something about listening to them, but they listened to us, so I really can't. I can thank them for listening to us, right?
To all our listeners out there in Radio Land, YouTube Plaza, or Spotify Court, we assure you that we put in great effort to bring you such a fine broadcast, and we greatly applaud your time and efforts to listen to us speak. And we invite you to join time and place again with us next Friday morning upon this upload.
It was very Mr. Roger-y neighborhood of you.
You know, Mr. Rogers, my homeboy.
Dude, he was legit. He's up there. Lamb chops, play along where we come. We can remix that stuff. Yo, there is one more thing. I want to drop a line. Okay, guys, you all know I do Rowdy Outy. Huh?
I said drop it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We're fishing. I'm listening.
Oh, so I started. Do you know what Vlogmas is or VDUC? You know, vlog every day in December. Have you ever heard of that stuff? Anyway, he's an old man. He don't care. He's stuck in a cubicle all day. For us, for the people out there in the
time out. I have an office with a door and a window, and I earned it.
Window seats all day. If you are into, if you're a consumer of audio content, you want to see more stuff, guys, I've decided for the next 24 days, I am doing Vlogmas as a motivational and consistency thing to help build the channel. I'm still going to put out DIY content as it comes in, but let's be honest, running a shop, creating a channel around DIYs is difficult because I do the same thing every single day. So it's hard to create a lot of content that's similar, or I might go long periods without. At any rate, I want to do a Vlogmas to help me professionalize my skills on Premiere. It doesn't matter if you guys, it doesn't matter why I'm doing it. I'm explaining to it. I've already recorded it. Day 1 went live today. It's now to December 24th. I might keep going afterwards. I don't know.
We at Real Talk Vlogs invite you, our listeners, to join Jack on his journey to Vlogmas for the next 25 days.
Oh, and Colton got an elf on the shelf, so there's probably going to be some very interesting situations that he gets into. I might post about on my Instagram.
Yeah, that sounds like you're announcing an easy way out for the thing you're trying to get yourself to do.
Oh no, I've already made content on. So you realize I've started recording Vlogmas on November 27th. I'm 3 days ahead because of PRI, because of overlap. So there's some content that I got to make. It's whatever. I have my justifications. I'm not explaining it.
That's fine. That's fine. Pleasure talking to you, bud.
I
I'll
love
be
you.
looking forward to watching your little itty bitty vlogs.
Dude, they're short. They're 10 minutes.
10 whole fucking minutes.
Yo, you jerk off longer than 10 minutes, so don't give me that.
Stamina, Jack. Yeah, I don't, I'm not going to go on this vent again, but I don't understand. I know that we put out this channel for people to watch and listen to us talk, but we also carry over to Spotify, right?
Yeah.
So people can listen while they're listening to us rant and chit chat and all that stuff while they're doing something else. But I feel like a vlog is supposed to capture your attention, right? Why do I need to see somebody else's face? Why is that the popular thing on YouTube?
You don't see my face the whole time. I'm doing things, but I've kind of. So from an algorithmic standpoint.
No, I'm not saying just you specifically, right? You know, I got allergies and my eyes are running. But
That's probably that
there are channels that have created a whole, and I'm not going to name names, but there's more than one. There are channels that had content that created a whole nother vlog channel, and it's become their primary content release versus the original content we were following them for.
Oh.
Why is the vlog, why culturally or societally has the vlog become the popular content for what people watch?
Why do people binge watch TV shows? They find value or interest.
Don't save that, box that topic in for another day.
Okay.
But I now want to research what
makes people
psychologically think? What makes people want to listen to other people talk when there's no, I can get conversation, I can talk back, you can talk to me, we can develop a whatever. But vlogging, you're listening to somebody tell you about what the fuck ever. I don't understand it. I just don't.
So you want to understand
I want to understand why people are drawn to that.
The psychology of radio and audio and video entertainment methods.
Yeah, because essentially, if I'm watching YouTube and somebody starts the first part of their video with their face, and we're 20 seconds into a 5-minute video and I've only seen their face, I'm not watching anymore. I don't care how interesting the topic is. I'm not.
Interesting. That's an interesting data point. So that plays into the analytics of when you see drop off. So I can watch, you can see when the viewership drop off is.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be that's an interesting thought. Am I losing viewers at minute 1.3, 1 minute, 3 seconds because I've still only shown my face?
Yo, I 100% know that I'm not the standard. I'm trying to understand why.
I'm with you there because the other reason I'm jumping to Vlogmas.
Those of you that are actually watching us talk on YouTube,
Steve's trying to clean us.
I don't know what happened, but I'm having an allergic, something, and essentially the entire left half of my face is leaking. My eye, my nose, my mouth, I'm drooling like a motherfucker from the left side of my face.
That's weird.
Not loose muscle structure like you're having a stroke.
Yeah, that's what I say. Are we gonna be...
I'm still alert and aware, but I'm salivating like a mother.
Is anything good being cooked?
No, dude, it's damn near midnight here.
Oh shit! It is almost 11.
Heidi's been to bed some time ago.
My bad, dude.
So, no, nothing's wrong. That's not the case. Nothing's being cooked.
All right.
But I think I want to dig into that more, just because I want our channel to be successful, but
The
I don't,
psychological
I'm not,
demographics is a thing.
I never want to produce content for. I don't want to feel like I'm manufacturing something for an audience that I can't relate to.
Is it okay? Don't I wouldn't say they don't think of it like you're manufacturing something because that means like you're tailoring it specifically to a group, and that's like training your focus. Okay, maybe we
But
do.
that's what I'm getting at is like if you are a YouTuber, right? And you have had a channel in which you go to car shows, right? And it is, hey man, look at this new car. Here's this new car. Here's this new car, right? And now you're transitioning and you're like, here's my opinion of this new car. Here's my opinion of this new car. Here's my opinion of this new car, right? And that is the channel that's taking off. You're naturally going to do that more.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll give you that. I'll give you that because you're seeing the likes and the. I get that. You're seeing the view counts, you're seeing the likes, you're seeing the positive response, which is hitting the dopamine triggers in your mind.
Yeah,
You know,
I want to look at popular YouTube channels from 14, 15 years ago. You know, and then now, because what's being produced is so different. Now you can still find the same things because you can find literally anything on YouTube, but are we at a point where we are being funneled to what the majority wants, and what the majority wants is dumbass shit?
and at what speed what's the taper like on this funnel? How fast is the time frame? I'm very curious of like because here I get if it's easier to control a society of idiots.
Box the topic, bro.
Box the
My
topic.
face is leaking.
Oh,
My
sorry.
like literally my face is leaking.
I'm sorry. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Steve's got to go to the little boy's room and fix his face.
We have a follow-up episode coming about the psychological background of YouTube videos because I'm curious and Jack has personal experience. So, to another day. Follow us up on Friday mornings. Catch us on the morning commute. Listen to us on the afternoon commute. There will be a Real Talk Vlogs podcast available for your listening pleasure every Friday morning from now until the future. Sincerely, Steve and Jack.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, we can say that shit now because Thanksgiving was last Thursday.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. We love y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you for helping us. Help. No, that's wrong. Damn it.
See, again, he said it wrong again.
I'm done. Good night, y'all. Bye.
Good night.
Where's the stop button? Oh, I can use the fade out. Well, no, I have. Oh, damn it.